Once upon a time, there was a man named John. John had a miserable childhood, growing up in a broken home with abusive parents. He never had any positive role models and was in violence and neglect. As a result, John developed a resentment towards the world and everyone in it. As John grew older, he found it difficult to form meaningful relationships and get a job. He turned to alcohol and drugs to numb the pain of his past, but it only made things worse. He became isolated and bitter towards society because he thought the world had dealt him badly. One day, John's anger and frustration boiled over. He committed many crimes. Robbing stores and assaulting people, he had become a danger to society and was eventually caught and sent to prison. While in prison, John had time to think of his life and the choices he made. He realized that this miserable childhood had led him to a dark path, but that he was responsible for his own actions. He decided to turn his life around. Okay, so can you please tell me what was the name of the main character here? I say John, so the main character was John, or is John. John had a miserable childhood. How can you prove that? How can you prove that John had a miserable childhood? Let's say growing in a broken home with abusive parents is considered as a miserable childhood. Okay? Besides, he never had any positive role models in his life. So, what happened to him, to his personality? Let's say he developed a resentment towards the world. And what else? He found it difficult to form meaningful relationships. And he found it difficult to get a job. So what did he do instead of living a normal life? He turned to alcohol and drugs to numb the pain of his past. And did it work with him? Did turning to alcohol and drugs work with him or not? Of course not. It only made things worse. He became isolated. Okay? Because he thought that the world dealt him badly. And what did he do after being isolated? Okay, let's say he started to commit crimes like robbing stores and assaulting people. But eventually he was caught and sent to prison. But he thought again about his life and his future in prison, and he realized that he was responsible for everything.